stronger, like for defense, because I mean NBA is a physical game, 82 games, so really trying to focus on that and just getting a little stronger, gaining some weight, and then being a great defender like I was in college.
Also, I know
Taylor.
it's
You mentioned Taylor Jenkins by name. So is that something like you're just no ball? You're paying attention to what's going on, or now in this draft process, you realize, hey, Milwaukee's a spot that I could go to, so let me learn about.
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I definitely like basketball a lot. So, I mean, I pay attention to all the moves, the trades, and I know Taylor Jenkins. So I don't know him personally, but I know him as a coach. So I knew he was coming to Milwaukee. So I wouldn't say it was something I was like, I guess I kind of just know a little bit of ball, I guess, yeah.
I mean, he had Ja.
Yeah, he
So
did
is that
have Ja.
something too, where you, I'm not saying that there's a comp there, but like, is that something where you just you do think about those things, like who coached who and where and when and that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think he did a great job at Memphis. I mean, drafting Dylan Brooks, Ja, Jaren Jackson, that was a great team. Obviously, I mean, that team was really talented and really good. All those players, where they went, were doing a great job. I mean, when Ja comes back this year, I'm sure he's going to produce. So, I mean, we know who he is as a coach, and then Milwaukee, he's going to be just as good.
Who's one role player that you enjoy watching, maybe in the playoffs or just in general?
Kingston Wallace. I mean, definitely when I was like, I remember me and my dad used to go to games, and he would tell me to watch Kingston Wallace play. When he was on Richardson, he's playing with Rylan Griffin, he was playing against Keontae George. I mean, he's a problem. He's definitely one of the reasons OKC is so great. I mean, when you go to a team as stacked as OKC, you can't always show your offensive capabilities, but when you're going out there, everyone has a job to do. And that's exactly when I go to the NBA, I want to be like Kingston Wallace. Any team I go to, if they need me to do that, I do what they need me to do. So definitely a role player like Kingston Wallace, yeah.
And who's the toughest player you had to go up against in high school?
Toughest player I had to go up against in high school. I played Ron Holland in high school freshman year. He was tough. I played Trey Johnson in high school. I played Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg was tough to play against. Let me see.
What about Cam Kogel.
Cannon Kogel. That's ball. That's my my shooter. Shout out Cam. That was the shooter on my team in high school. Cam's definitely a baller, but I mean, Akev's right over there. Akev's tough. So I mean, there's a bunch of players. I've been blessed to play against a lot of tough NBA players and college players. So it's definitely been good. So.
When you're in these interviews with teams, of course, they're asking you questions, but do you have questions for them? And like, what are things you're curious about to know from teams?
Yeah, definitely. I have some questions. I mean, I ask like, what do you look for in a person when you're drafting them? Certain things like that. I think that's important to a team. A team like OKC, for example. I mean, you see everyone on that team, they like playing with each other, and they all have good personalities. So I was wondering if they scout those players or if they happen to just be like that. So, and then I also ask teams, what's one thing I need to get better at or be good at to come in the NBA, immediately be effective in that way. So they answer those questions, and they're always receptive to it, always answer. So I've been grateful to have pretty good interviews so far.
Did you meet with Sacramento at this point?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So like I said earlier, I'm not going to. I don't know, but I just don't know yet. Yeah. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say it. If I was, you'd have to ask someone. So yeah.
What are the things that they've said about your game that you need to do?
Definitely getting stronger. I mean, getting stronger, like I said, being able to handle the bumps, handle the bruise, everything like that. Just like they said, staying more consistent with my jumper, staying the same. And then playing a little lower, being stronger on my drives. So the main thing was getting stronger on defense, stronger on my drives, and then consistent jumper. So that's the main thing.
What's an overlooked or underrated skill of yours that you think people need to notice?
I think IQ. I think people don't really say too much about IQ. I think at the end of the day, basketball is a lot mental. So like knowing the game and knowing what's happened during the game is really important. So I think when you see me playing, I'm noticing a lot of things during the game. I notice how like certain things they're doing in their ball screens or how they're doing their plays, and I think it's a little overlooked because you can't really measure that with your eyes. IQ. You can see a player. Oh, you got that steal there, but you don't know how I got that steal. You don't know how I saw the screen coming off. I saw how the player was looking. I saw how the dude was slipping. You didn't see all that. You just saw how the steal happened. So I think definitely the IQ is overlooked a little bit.
Is that something you look for in film or like something you try to take from guys? I know you were talking about that earlier, but like I feel like how manipulating a defense is something obviously you probably look for that.
Yeah, definitely a mixture of both. I mean, you got to watch film. Every team's different. So watching film and being able to have a little bit of an idea of what teams do, that's really important. So definitely watch film on teams because, like I said, every team's different, every player is different, and they see the game in a different way. So watching film.
If you had to compare yourself to someone, you probably already answered this, but who do you think you played most like?
In the NBA?
Yeah.
In college, I'd say De'Aaron Fox, you know, he plays fast, plays under control. Tyrese Maxey, you know, he's not a huge guard, but he gets downhill, physical and how he does it. And I think Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, you know, the way he makes 100% passes, you know, he's tight with the ball, doesn't turn the ball over a lot. So when he comes back next year, Pace is going to be right back up there. And, you know, I know he's a really good player. So definitely those three.
Have you talked to all these other guards while you're here? These